A younger brother is a wise dwarf who teaches his brothers kind things. Two king's sons once upon a time went into the world to seek their fortunes, but they soon fell into a wasteful, foolish way of living, so that they could not return home again. Then their brother, who was a dwarf, went out to seek for his brothers. But when he had found them, they only laughed at him. To think that he, who was so young and simple, should try to travel through the world, when they, who were so much wiser, had been unable to get on. However, they all set out on their journey together and came at last to Anthill. The two elder brothers would have pulled it down in order to see how the poor ants in their fright would run about and carry off their eggs. But the dwarf said, "Let the poor things enjoy themselves. I will not suffer you to trouble them." So on they went and came to a lake where many ducks were swimming about. The two brothers wanted to chat to and roast them, but the dwarf said, "Let the poor things enjoy themselves. You shall not kill them." Next day came to a bee's nest in a hollow tree, and tree was so much honey that it ran down the trunk. And the two brothers wanted a light fire under the tree and kill the bees so as to get their honey. But the dwarf held them back and said, "Let the pretty insect enjoy themselves. I cannot let you burn them." At length the three brothers came to a castle, and as they passed by the stables, they saw fine horses standing there. But all were of marble, and no man wasn't to be seen. Then they went through all their rooms till they came to a door on which were 3 locks. But in the middle of the door was a wicket, so that they could look into the next room. There they saw a little grey old man sitting at a table, and they called to him once or twice, but he didn't hear. However, they called a third time, and then he rose and came out to them. He said nothing, but took hold of them and led them to a beautiful table covered with all sorts of good things. And when they had eaten and drunk, he shoved each of them to a bedchamber. The next morning he came to the eldest and took him to a marble table where there were 3 tablets containing an account of the means by which the castle might be disenchanted. The first tablet said, "In the wood under the moss lies the 1,000 pearls belonging to the king's daughter. They must all be found, and if one be missing by set of sun, he who seeks them will be turned into marble. The eldest brother set out and sought for the pearls that would lay. But the evening came and he had not found the first 100. So he was turned into stone as the tablet had foretold. The next day, the second brothers undertook the task, but he succeeded no better than the first. For he could only find the second 100 of pearls, and therefore he too was turned into stone. At least came the dwarf's turn, and he looked in the moss. But it's so hard to find the pearls, and the job was so tiresome. So he sat down upon a stone and cried. And as he sat there, the king of the ants came to help him with 5,000 ants, and he wasn't long before they had found all the pearls and laid them in a heap. The second tablet said, "The key of the princess' bedchamber must be fished up out of the lake." And as the dwarf came to the brink of it, he saw the 2 ducks, whose lives he had saved swimming about, and they lived down and soon brought in the key from the bottom. The third task was the hardest. It was to choose out of youngest and the best king's 3 daughters. Now they were beautiful and all exactly alike. But he was told that the eldest had eaten a piece of sugar, the next some sweet syrup, and the youngest a spoonful of honey. So he was to guess which it was that eaten the honey. Then came the question